Well, there'll be a few sore heads around today, won't there? And a few frayed nerves as well after England's women came from behind to beat Spain in extra time in the quarter-finals of the European Championship. Let's go live to Anton Sluy, who's at the England team hotel. Anton, how did your nerves hold up, first of all? But also, what are their plans for today? I bet they just have to calm down after last night.
Yeah, I'd like to apologise for any viewers if they're offended by bags under the eyes, but that's how we all feel, isn't it, today? But yeah, it's interesting. You talk about the nerves. Alex Greenwood, saw her sort of walking around the hotel this morning. She went for a little bit of a walk this morning. She said to me, look, how could I sleep after a night like that? And that's a perfectly valid point, wasn't it? Everyone's nerves were fraught. But it's interesting talking to the players last night after the game and a couple of the players off camera today. They're saying, look, it's all about belief. We believe in this team. We believed in the fact that we could get something from that game, even though for 84 minutes, as the game went on, England looked increasingly doomed, and yet they came back in such stunning way. The belief seems to be really real around this camp. It seems to be real. The players seem to believe in each other, and they also obviously seem to believe in their head coach, Sarina Wiegman, who we saw on the touchline last night. She was back after missing the Northern Ireland game after COVID. She only had 3 hours notice. The players found out, 2 hours before the game that she was going to come back, and she met them at the team hotel. A huge boost. We saw the hyped scenes from her on the touchline as well as the players at the end of the game. It was all being quite emotional, but today is about, well, it's about relaxation, it's about recuperation for the players that played last night. The players that didn't play in the subs, they have training here in a couple of hours, which will be vital because obviously England weren't great for the first 84 minutes, so there may be some places up for grabs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in that sense, how much did yesterday show the depth of the squad available? Because the players that came on arguably improved the game, didn't they? And is this real feeling then that football is finally coming home? No pressure.
Oh, you said the phrase, Vicky, you said the phrase. Look, Lucy Bronze told me after the game, and I asked her to compare semi-finals to this semi-final to ones that she's previously been in. She said, look, the difference is here, England have depth like they've never had before. I think the problem is England aren't winning games early. You know, we've seen 6 of the last 7 games, they've struggled early on, they've had to make changes from the bench, and that's when the sort of impact has really come. Other than the Norway game, that incredible Norway game, England have had to rely on the bench for that little bit of impact. Well, will England need more if they're going to play against a team like Sweden potentially in the semi-final? They're ranked number 2 in the world. They're the top-ranked team in this tournament. They are a tournament-hardened team full of veterans. Can England afford to get off to a sluggish start? And that's going to be the big decision for Sarina Wiegman. Does she risk changes? She hasn't made a single change yet. That's what she's going to be thinking about over the next 5 days. Ellen White, Fran Kirby, Rachel Daly, those are the kind of 3 players in the centre-forward, midfield and left-back positions where they all changed last night and things seem to improve. So will we see Sarina Wiegman have a think about rolling the dice, or will she do what she usually does, which is what she did with the Netherlands when they won this competition 5 years ago, and be ultra consistent? That is a big decision for her to make. Luckily for her, she's got 5 days to make it. The Netherlands will have 2 fewer days because they play tomorrow. Not the Netherlands, that's who she used to coach. Sweden and Belgium, whoever wins that, have 2 fewer days because they play tomorrow.
Absolutely.
I'm obviously quite tired.
You obviously are. Brilliant stuff. Thank you very much, Anton. We know what you meant, don't worry. So look, huge celebrations then around the country. Let's take a look at this then. These are the scenes in Croydon at full time. England players had a little party of their own as well.
We want to celebrate the wins and the small wins, even though we know we want to go further and do more. But we want to be in the moment, be present and make memories.
Yeah, we've already had a sing and a dance in the changing room, and obviously on the pitch after the game celebrating and dancing with the fans as well. Yeah, you've got to enjoy these little moments because they don't come around often. We had a bit of ABBA on, Proud. Don't know who that was by, but yeah, it was great.
You love a bit of ABBA.
I know, yeah. Toone always requests ABBA, so it was on tonight after she scored.